All right, we're here right now with G.V. Iyer. He's the CEO of Prism Technologies, a very interesting digital signage company. Thank you so much for being with us today. I just wanted to ask you a couple quick questions about some of the technology. Starting off, where exactly does Prism fit into the digital signage ecosystem?
Think of the iPhone App Store. We are an equivalent of that for interactive digital signage and digital signage.
Okay.
For digital signage, we have a whole slew of template-based digital signage that people could download or subscribe to and customize and have them appear on the screens right away. For the interactive digital signage, this is an example like an app store, all different verticals, and each one of these have several applications already built in. So we have hundreds of applications here where it is easy for them to take this and customize it for their specific needs.
Fantastic. Now that's a really good point. I mean, the ability to have that built in already has to be a big advantage for your company when it comes to competing with everybody else who have to start from scratch with the software provider. Now, what we're looking at up here, which it's not going to be able to see with the TV, the camera, but it's looking a little fuzzy. But it's a auto stereoscopic TV, meaning that you don't need glasses to see it and have that 3D effect, which is pretty cool. But what also is great is the way that Prism is kind of putting a couple of different of these technologies together. Can you talk about an example of that?
Absolutely. For trade shows, which is one of our big segments, we have a typical way in which the sponsors' logos and their special messaging for the show goes on here. 3D logos of sponsors popping out, catching people's eye, and in terms of it's a story to tell for them. And you have the traditional interactive wayfinding and the interactive applications down. So we even have a cross promotion where messages come in saying interact with the screen below.
Yeah.
So this is also an engagement strategy for people standing in line.
This is a really good idea. We're actually going to move around to another example of a couple of screens that are tied together with interactivity on the other side of the booth. All right, this is great. We're continuing the interview right now with G.V. Iyer, CEO of Prism Technologies. Right here behind us, we have an example of a screen that is fully interactive and another screen that is controlled by the interactivity of this screen. And we're going to see a little bit about kind of how the two screens together create a pretty powerful effect. G.V., could you explain a little about what we're looking at?
Absolutely. Both the information, the display, and the interactive comes out of a common database. So in the back end, if they change something, let's say a session changes, both the digital signage and the interactive picks it up at the same time. What is interesting is you have the dual engagement strategy where people are looking at this. The recall rate for these units are 90% plus combined together. So they see this, and there are spots which say interact below to find out more information, so they know about the interactive wayfinders. They come and they can interact in terms of, okay, what's going on here? Okay, what are my food options? Okay, the plate room, the menu pops up. They can see everything here in terms of the menu as well as exactly where they're standing relative to a 3.2 million square feet facility. And then they can deep dive into the specific areas where it goes into the different buildings, the different maps and all. They can do search by names. Let's say I'm going to just search something. From where I'm standing, it's in a different building. It tells me how to get to that building. And when I enter the building, it tells me exactly the walking path from the entrance to that particular booth. So that combined with the information request, which is at any point in time, request the exhibitor's collateral electronically, is the combined power of the interactive wayfinder.
G.V., thank you so much. This is a great example of what it's doing for it, especially here at the convention center. I got lost walking around this morning, so this is great to have. Hopefully we'll start to see these technologies start to take off too. So.
Thanks.